friends, my pleasant and humble wishes. Government caps prices of COVID-19 vaccine at private hospital. The center has capped the price at which vaccines will be sold at private hospitals with a ceiling of Rs 150 that hospitals can change per dosage as service charge and as GST of 5%. The maximum price change chargeable for COVID Shield is Rs 780. For Covaxin it is 1110 and for Sputnik V it is 1145. Union Health Ministry said on Tuesday. The state government would be entrusted with ensuring that these price barriers were not breached, and if in future vaccines prices fell, it would influence market cap. The price of COVID-19 vaccines at private hospital is unacceptable. The revised vaccine policy will see reduction, said V.K. Paul, chairman of National Expert Group on Vaccine Administration for COVID-19. Addressing a press conference, Dr. Paul said, "It is unacceptable that hospitals charge Rs 1,600 or even 4,000 for vaccines at cost of Rs 600. They must limit the price. Earlier, it was Rs 100 and we felt that there is need for it to be increased. We are confident that will encourage more hospitals across the country and not just big cities to come forward for administering vaccines." Added, the cap of Rs 150 will not cover the additional cost incurred for such offset vaccine camps, which involve substantial cost. We urge the government to consider the high charge. Next topic is Quadryzen Partnership goal still on track despite pandemic wave in India, top US official. A top Biden administration official has said that Quad grouping of countries India, Australia, US and Japan are on track to meet their goal of producing at least 1 billion vaccines for Asia region by the end of 2022, despite the massive COVID-19 wave that has hit India in recent weeks. The Quadryzen Partnership was announced at a summit-level meeting in March before the pandemic situation in India deteriorated significantly. Mr. Campbell said the US has been in close consultation with its partners and with India. He acknowledged that this has been an extremely difficult period for Indians and that the US had tried to stand with Delhi and has tried to bring private and public sector support for India. The second wave of pandemic in India revealed the country's COVID-19 vaccine shortages. Despite India being the largest vaccine manufacturer in the world, the US has initiated a program to give 80 million of its excess vaccine, mostly from AstraZeneca, to countries in need of them by the end of June, and more as they become available beyond June. Mr. Campbell said that the US intends to hold a very ambitious Quad leaders meeting in Washington. So the next topic is India expected to grow at 8.3%, says the World Bank. India's economy is expected to grow at 8.3% for the fiscal year of 2021 to 22 as per the World Bank's latest projection. This rate, however, masked the damage caused by the enormous second wave of COVID-19. The bank said in its June 2021 Global Economic Prospect released on Tuesday. The world economy is expected to expand 5.6%, the fastest post-recession growth rate in 8 years. But global output will still be 20% below pre-pandemic projection by the year end. The growth rate forecast for India for 2021 to 22, the World Bank is in an upward recession from its January forecast of 5.4%. Actively will benefit from policy supporters including high spending on infrastructure, rural development and health of stronger expected recovery in service and manufacturer. Fiscal year 2022 to 23 growth is expected to slow to 7.5% as a result of the pandemic lingering effects on the balance sheet of household, companies and bank, and possibly low levels of consumer confidence and heightened uncertainty around the jobs and income. For India, the massive COVID-19 wave had undetermined the sharper than expected rebound in activity for the second half of fiscal year 2021 to 22, particularly in service, according to the bank. While there are welcome signs of global recovery, the pandemic continues to inflict poverty and inequality on people in developing countries around the world, the World Bank Group President David Malpass said. So the next topic is Anup Chandra Pande appointed as Election Commissioner. President Ramnath Kovind on Tuesday appointed Anup Chandra Pande, a retired Uttar Pradesh cadre IAS officer, to post of Election Commissioner. Mr. Pande, a 1984 batch IAS, served as the former Chief Secretary of Uttar Pradesh. The Law Ministry notified the appointed on Tuesday evening. Following the elevation of Sushil Chandra as the Chief Election Commissioner in April, the position on the Election Commissioner was vacant since April 13. The three-member Election Commission has Rajiv Kumar as the other Election Commission. Next topic is Monsoon Session of Parliament are likely to be begin in July. Monsoon Session of Parliament is expected to begin as per the schedule in July, Parliament Affairs Minister Prashad Joshi said on Tuesday. As per norms, the session is held in the second and third week of July. The last session of Parliament was curtailed and ended sine die on March 25, and as per the constitutional norms, the next session has to be held within 6 months. This period ends on September 14. 3 sessions has been curtailed since the pandemic began in March last year. First session has the budget session of 2020. The winter session of last year was also cut short via pandemic. Last year, the monsoon session, which usually starts in July, had begun in September. So the final news is about state news regarding Tamil Nadu. The State Development Policy Council, which was recently reconstructed by Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, held its first meeting at Elilagam Complex in Chennai on Tuesday. Tamil Nadu government waives penalty for late registrations of birth death from January 2020 on account of COVID-19 pandemic. Chief Minister said decisions to waive the penalty of Rs 100 if birth or death are registered between 21 to 30 days late and 200 if registered between 30 to 1 year, and for 500 beyond mandate in the Registration of Birth and Death Act 1969. High Court asked Tamil Nadu government what happened to 47,000 acres of missing temple land. Madras High Court on Tuesday called for an explanation from the state government on the status of 47,000 acres of temple land reportedly missing from government record, since the policy noted from 1984 to 85 states that note for 2019 to 20 referred to availability of only 4.78 lakh acres. The interim orders were passed on a writ petition which insisted on reviving the missing land, restore their possession to temples to which they belong, so the income derived from them could be used for maintaining the institutions besides performing prayers and rituals. Hope this video is very useful. I would like to say that our academy WAR, Win and Rule, is coaching students in various exams like NEET, TNPSC, UPSCs, as well as we are tutoring students from class 6 to 12 in all subjects. One-to-one student coaching is also available at students' preferable timing. For further detail, refer the description.